Okay, so our first, we have 4 topics today, and looking at the future actually, because that's where we should look. So we work with brands, we are in the communications business, so we are going to look at those topics in the morning. In the afternoon, we bring 2 other equally important topics. We look at the environment, which is becoming increasingly critical for all of us to think about, and our society. Again, something that we can't really ignore, because I believe that marketers have certain skills, expertise in communication, which is very important. And it's important that we understand and embrace the challenges. I think gone are the days when we sold, stuff, consumerist stuff, that just satisfied our palates or whatever. We have bigger things to sell, bigger ideas, bigger challenges about what needs protecting in our environment or what needs putting right in our society. And I think that's where marketers should put their skills to, and that's why I launched Engage Goodvocacy, or advocacy for goodness, for doing good to people, the planet, and to talk to clients about creating good, responsible and responsive brands. Brands that don't harm people, brands that consider their health and their well-being, which consumers, and we call them consumers, they are just people like you and me, citizens. I prefer to say I like to drop this word consumers. It gives me the idea of consuming all the time. So really, we really need to rethink what we did in marketing in the last century. Last century, perhaps it was good, and everybody thought, okay, create all this stuff, and then people's lives will get better when they have all these goodies, and But the world has changed. We realize we have finite resources, and if everybody wanted to keep up with the Joneses, that wasn't going to work, really. So we need to rethink our role as marketers and redesign, reformulate, repackage the products that we make so that they are good to people and good to the planet. So this is what the focus is, because brands have to be something very different from what they aim to be in the last millennium. This is a new world, and that's our real focus today at these sessions, and that's why we have, though we are a communications agency, that's why we are talking about environment and society, the future of our society, this evening. And I'm happy to say that I've persuaded 2 people who are close to me I work with, former President Chandrika Kumaratunga and Mangala, who happens to be my brother-in-law, to come and do a cameo session at the end. Their own views about the vision and hopes for Sri Lanka, because Madam Kumaratunga I work with her on the ONUR board, and she's been leading the reconciliation at a grassroots level, people to people. And so we'd ask her about, what's the future of that, and what are the challenges today to get there where we want to be, and what are the lessons from the past. Those 3 questions I'll put to them when they are here at 5:30. But let's start now with our first session. As I said, in the last millennium, we sort of went from commodities into brands, and we created these brand names, and then we tried to differentiate them and created something called the USP. Actually, the USP was a term that a Bates copywriter, right, Ted Bates's partner, when Ted Bates started the agency in 1940 in Chicago, his partner, Rosser Reeves, created the term USP. And it stuck, become marketing jargon. And then everybody tried to create those very unique differentiated products till technology said, well, we have the technology and you can copy and do the same kind of product that your competitor does. So that almost went out of the window, but we found a way to differentiate on an emotional basis, if not the physical or technical features. So sort of marketing went and we created all these products. Of course, in the process, we created consumerism. And, but now that's changing because people are worried about their health, about the world they live in, the environment. And they vote for brands. They vote for brands that they believe are doing good. I think if you're still making those brands that aren't doing that, I think you better think again, because you're going to lose your so-called consumers pretty soon.